Hi there, welcome. I'm Eric Linter with Starspeak, your forecast for the second half of March 2016. And this is indeed a very busy part of the year. It seems like there's just no let up. The Ides of March, the 15th, we see Mercury as a very busy camper involved with both Pluto and Jupiter. And a very interesting thing has been going on. As many viewers know, for the past few years, Pluto has been part of a square with Uranus, destabilizing institutions, exposing corruption and abuses of power, really feeding the desire that so many people seem to have these days to create something different and new. We are tired of the same old story from our political leaders. And this is something that's going on around the globe. Now, another big thing of this winter and as we head into spring is a mutable T-square involving Jupiter in opposition to Neptune, and both planets are in square with Saturn in Sagittarius. And effectively, this raises a lot of confusion. It feeds the climate of lying, for lack of a better word. We see these politicians daily making up facts, making up stories, smearing other people, sometimes overtly, sometimes through innuendo. And this is something we want to avoid in our personal behavior and try as much as possible to prevent misunderstandings and taking risks, banking on people who we don't really know, in fact, are trustworthy. Keep those, instabilities and those questions in mind, and you can avoid a lot of trouble during these weeks during the second half of March. There's mixed trends really off and on throughout the month. One of the more fabulous aspects, though, is on Wednesday the 16th when Jupiter makes a perfect trine with Pluto, the planet of transformation. So here we have an opportunity for healing, for learning, for ferreting out truth, and for really seeing things as they are very clearly. And just be honest, see what's there. Don't kid yourself. And based on the information you have at hand, you can proceed in terms of investments, who you want to support politically, who you want to trust in your personal life. The new astrological year begins when the sun leaves Pisces and ventures on into Aries, and that is this year on Sunday, March 20th, just after midnight, 12:31 a.m. here on the East Coast. Happy New Year. And the first aspect of the new year is a conjunction between loving Venus and Neptune, the planet of divine compassion. And so we have the two love planets united, which is a fabulous omen to start a new anything. But lovers and artists and nature lovers, this is basically your day. Take advantage of it. Cozy up to your sweetie, hug a tree, admire a beautiful painting, make something beautiful happen in this world. We're heading towards a full moon. As our forecast begins, we had a solar eclipse back on March 8th at the time of the new moon. And since eclipses tend to come in pairs, we anticipate a second eclipse, and that will happen with the full worm moon. In this case, it's an eclipse of the moon, and it's exact the morning of Wednesday the 23rd. Things don't typically go as planned. So if you're beginning any projects between these two eclipses, you have to have contingency plans ready. Essentially, we can also anticipate some new revelations, information being brought to light that previously was not available, can lead to changed hearts and changed minds. Now, the same day we have the eclipse, we also have an exact square between Jupiter and Saturn. And this is an interesting aspect because in one sense, in a birth chart, people born with this square tend to put tremendous responsibility on themselves. In essence, if something is not as good as it should be or something has gone wrong, they blame themselves, and they often carry more than their fair share of the load. Now, given all the emotionalism surrounding the full moon and the eclipse, be careful before you point any fingers or make any judgments. This will be a time where, again, there's an evolving awareness throughout these weeks. We see Mercury trining Mars the day after the full moon, a much better day for taking action with greater clarity. And then on Friday, the 25th, Saturn turns retrograde. It'll retrograde for several months, but this is the planet of commitments. It's in Sagittarius, the sign of religion and politics and philosophy. So again, a lot of people who are riding the fence, whether it's a personal matter or the political fortune and future of our country, continue to take your time making up your mind. Venus is also busy on Friday, making an opposition to Jupiter and a square to Saturn. So what looks so promising in the morning may by noon look like a lost cause. So you want to guard your purse strings as well as your heartstrings on Friday the 25th. There's more high energy over the weekend. The Sun trines Mars the morning of Saturday the 26th. Venus is in a healing alignment with Pluto that same morning. And really we catch a kind of break. On Sunday, the moon is void of course, so it's a kind of moody but mellow atmosphere, kind of thick with the void of course moon in Scorpio. Feelings run deep when the moon is in that sign. But the climate brightens, and by Tuesday, we see things moving at a pretty rapid pace. Mercury forms a trine to Saturn, another great aspect for making decisions. But again, second thoughts creep up on Wednesday the 30th when Mercury tests Pluto. We finish the month with Mercury making a conjunction with Uranus and Aries. And you may try something wild and crazy, something you've never done before. You may find your intuition is outpacing the developments and things happening around you. A strong sense of knowing can accompany this conjunction. It's associated with enlightenment and other kinds of epiphanies. So keep your thinking cap on, your mind open, and welcome something new and different and perhaps outlandish, but dare to go intellectually where you haven't gone before. The moon is also in a trine to Jupiter that day, so it's a great climate for learning and just being open to new ideas and information. Well, thanks for tuning in today. I do appreciate your being there. You can contact me via email at stars@ericlinter.com. You'll find my daily forecasts online at the spiritofchange.org website. And remember, please keep looking up.